Then Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant at the 3 and 4. The veteran, Bill Cartwright in the middle.
Expectations are high for Jordan and Wilkins in this one. They're both exceptional scoring threats, and I know their teams are expecting each of them to be the difference makers out there as they try to get the W.
You know, often, Clark, it's the team's respective leader who sets the tone for their whole squad.
You are correct, partner. So if Jordan or Wilkins can manage to get off to a hot start, that could spread to the other guys and get their whole team rolling early.
That's a good point. The first free throw is good. You know, Clark, in some ways, this game could come down to either Jordan's or Wilkins. And who scores the most? Outperforming the other could seal the game for their team.
And, Kevin, that's exactly what we'll be keeping a close eye on. Which one is leading in the point column? Because I agree the winner of that duel very well could decide this thing.
Oh, what a duel it's going to be. And here's Jordan. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. Here's Cartwright. Goes up again, and Jordan with the nice bucket inside. All right, Clark, Wilkins and Jordan, a couple of talented one-on-one players who are both going to be seeking mismatches in this one.
And, you know, Kevin, if you're on either of these teams, you've got to be ready to come at Jordan and Wilkins defensively. Don't let them dictate things. Low-effort defense, not going to get it done because they'll take advantage of that fully. And the 7-footer contact is a load to deal with, especially when he's trying to score.
The Hawks shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe. The first one falls. Second free throw, no good. The number one objective, Clark, of this Bulls defense has to be limiting Dominique Wilkins' looks. They've got to contain that incredible scoring of his.
Kevin, you're all over it. Right on point. I mean, if Chicago can't disrupt his usual scoring, then they're in for a long night and some real trouble.
The two scoring leaders facing off. But to dig deeper, let's go to a guy who can dig as deep as any, David Aldridge. D.A.
Thanks, guys. We know that Dominique and Jordan's scoring will probably be the big story of the night, but there's a lot more to these guys' games that could affect the outcome. With Wilkins, we've seen a new focus from him on improving his rebounding, and as always, Jordan's defense can be just as impactful as his offense. Guys, back to you.
You know, David, that's an interesting point. I think you're right. It's not just Clark about scoring tonight. It's got to be a multifaceted game. Wouldn't you agree?
I certainly would, Kevin. Limiting your opponent's touches and disrupting their shot attempts and their offensive flow, I think could be the real name of the game in this one. You just can't get it done with offense alone.
I know Jordan takes pride in his defense. We'll see if that's true tonight.
Yep, we'll keep an eye on that.
Willis, he checked in for Concacaf. Credit to these Hawks, Clark, for having a constant postseason presence these last few seasons.
3 straight second-round appearances, and then last year a tough loss in the first round. But I say don't let that fool you. These Hawks are a very competitive team.
They really are. And it's the Bulls with the ball. After the basket by Atlanta. Back to Jordan. Three-pointer. No good there. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. And there's the call on Michael Jordan. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Webb against Jordan. Puts the move on. Clark, I know the Bulls are hoping for big things this year after making it all the way to the conference finals a season ago.
You know, I think Chicago proving they can handle teams like these Hawks could be a really good sign for them as they look to become a more dominant and consistent force in this league.
The Hawks have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
At the line for
First one falls for him. Some changes for Chicago. Will Purdue's checked in for Cartwright. King comes in for Horace Grant. And B.J. Armstrong has subbed in for Paxson. Atlanta also making some changes here. Carr, he's checked in for Malone. And it's Tony in for Spud Webb. And there's the pass to Armstrong. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession.
Love the pressure. He almost took it away.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Jordan on the wing. He's defended by Wilkins. The shot's good from Jordan. Jordan's got 8 points. Some fresh competition, Clark, for the Bulls and Hawks in the league this year, with 2 expansion teams coming to the NBA in Orlando and Minnesota.
Exactly, Kevin. I mean, these teams are focused on the game at hand. That's pretty obvious, but this is a very interesting time for the NBA. A lot of... Oh, my goodness! Come on now. How about that authoritative punch by Pippen? Showing you just how strong he can be on finishes like that.
And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for the Hawks. They trail by 1. Tony for 3. Rebound by Pippen. Now the Bulls with it. To the paint. Here's Jordan. And Jordan throws it down. Michael's game goes to an even higher level when Atlanta enters this building. It's a rivalry that Jordan welcomes each and every time. Wilkins kicks to Rivers. There's 53 seconds left to play in the first. Driving in. Willis. Great positioning on the putback.
Yeah, the strength of Kevin Willis really impressive, and he does a nice job positioning for offensive rebounds.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.